How to truly enjoy sex. Never hold yourself back in describing sexual experiences, as she will usually claim to be less sexually adventurous than you. Your stories will in turn make her feel safer telling you about more and LDQ you. Never hold yourself back in describing sexual experiences, as she will usually claim to be less sexually adventurous than you. Your stories will in turn make her feel safer telling you about more dangerous desires of hers, and will help her open herself fully to you. You should also never be prudish in bed. Realize that sex is a gloriously messy activity. You should not dread the exchange of bodily fluids, you should relish in it. Don't be one of those guys who freaks out every time his woman goes on her period. Such behavior shows her clearly that you are not sexually enlightened, and that you would be disgusted if she showed you the full extent of her sexual desires. Sex for you must be all about the experience, not about the ego boost that you obtain from it. Most men do not truly enjoy sex, they just enjoy the fact that they are having sex. Be motivated in your quest for mastery by a desire for pleasure and to please women, not out a desire to be thought of as a sex master by your friends. As a corollary to this mindset, you must be discreet about your sexual encounters. While ego-driven sex will ruin your levels of immersion, the fear that you will tell your friends about sex with your wife in a degrading manner will ruin her immersion. Generally, less is more when it comes to talking about sex. If she hears that you were bragging about your sexual exploits with her, it will damage her trust in you for a long time. If you do talk about sex between the two of you, don't tell your stories in a way that implies that you conquered her, and that she was duped into behaving like a slut. Frame your sexual experiences as mutual victories according to http://enlargement-world.blogspot.com/2016/10/stamina-rx-is-powerful-male-supplement.html. Always credit her sexual skills much more than your own if someone asks you about good sexual experiences. And always make it clear that you genuinely care about her, and that you are not just using her for sex. If she is sure at all times that you genuinely care about her and that she will not have to suffer social consequences for her sexual behavior, she will feel free to unleash her inner sexual beast with you. Bedroom spontaneity is important because it improves all four elements of Devi simultaneously. It is more dominant to do what you want spontaneously without hesitation. It is also more emotional to act spontaneously and naturally, rather than in a stiff, planned-out way. Being spontaneous will naturally provide variety, as your various sexual whims and urges will bring you sexual variety in ways you never could have thought of with your logical brain. And finally, spontaneity improves immersion because it precludes any thinking and worrying. We all naturally are gifted with an inner sexual genius. The art of spontaneity is bringing that natural genius out. When an urge comes to you in the bedroom, go with it. Be deeply in touch with your desires. If you want to switch to a different position, don't overthink whether it's the right time, or whether she'll like it. Just act naturally, and do it. You also want to avoid excessive premeditation outside the bedroom. For example, if you want to introduce a fantasy, don't plan out the exact details 3 weeks in advance. When your appointed day comes, the situation may not even be right for it. If you try to force the fantasy in when the situation is wrong, it will not be fully effective. Always go with the flow, and resist the urge to plan everything out in bed. Keep in mind though that too much of a good thing is a bad thing. For variety, it is good to sometimes plan out sexual activities with your wife in advance. This will allow you both to build anticipation. For example, you could tell your wife that for her birthday, you're going to give her the most amazing sex of her life. This will make her look forward to the sex, so that the gratification will feel all the better. Generally though, find article, spontaneity in bed will improve your sexual encounters. Please my channel subscribe.